Hello everyone. My name is Varun, community growth marketer at Ampliz, and your host for the startup show presented by Ampliz. In this show, you can hear founders share their startup stories, their experiences, and their learnings. In today's discussion, we have a very special guest. To be very specific, he's an expert in consumer psychology, and he has been previously working for startups from the past 4 years, and he has a great expertise into freelancing and marketing agencies as well. Let's welcome Mr. Mathew Rincon, who is the founder of digiCoffee, which it offers lead generation services for enterprise companies. Hi, Matthew. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thanks for having me.
Thank you so much for being in the show. I don't want to, waste your time in discussing other things. Let's straight away get into the topic because I'm really curious to know about DigiCoffee at this point of time. So, what is DigiCoffee and how it solves the problems? How it solves these problems, and what is DigiCoffee?
All right. So thanks once again. Thanks for the time, Varun. And so what digiCoffee is we offer lead generation
Okay.
to small to medium-sized businesses
Uh-huh.
in the United States.
Okay.
And so we do that using Google Ads, Facebook Ads, as well as virtual assistants.
Okay.
And our team is actually based in Medellin, Colombia. We have a fully bilingual team there in English and Spanish. And one of our huge benefits is that we actually are on Eastern Standard Time. And so there are a lot of marketing agencies that are looking for help to outsource their white label, their services. There are also small to medium-sized business owners that are looking to maintain their quality of their freelancers without maybe paying US prices. And so we offer that here in Colombia. I'm originally from Miami, Florida, and I actually started this company building websites as a freelancer, and that evolved into marketing. And so these days we are a full service lead generation shop. So we build our funnels for our clients in terms of WordPress, ClickFunnels, or whatever marketing or tech stack they want to use. Then we also, our traffic source that we use is typically Facebook or Google Ads to deliver leads. And we found a lot of success doing this for financial advisors, financial advisory firms. A lot of people think that you can't do that in these industries, but you can. And we're generating multi-million-dollar leads for financial advisors, law firms that they're closing, and that's essentially our business.
Okay. So how do you evaluate the product market fit for DigiCoffee?
So a lot of it was just kind of slow and steady, speaking to individuals that were using my services originally. So when I started offering this, got on Upwork, Fiverr, just like a lot of others do, and started offering web development services. I'm a developer, and that evolved into those clients asking me if I knew how to do Facebook ads or Google advertising, and so began to learn those things. I already had a familiarity with SEO, being a developer, and so I figured, you know what, let me spend some time with this, and actually found out I was pretty good at Facebook advertising. It got kind of lucky with one of those clients. It worked, what we did worked for them. Started hiring individuals to kind of help me out, and also found that there's a really good cost of doing business here in Colombia, and so that's kind of how this virtual assistant thing has bloomed. And now what we really offer is a full system lead generation for professional service companies in the U.S., and we also give them virtual assistants to kind of help them nurture those leads, and that's digiCoffee.
Okay, so why the name DigiCoffee?
Yeah, that's an interesting question. A lot of it is memorability. And so when we started it, Digital Coffee was the name. And so we wanted to use something that meant online. But when I started this, like I said, I was a freelancer. And so I was just kind of going for something general that could mean a lot of things. And so wanted a digital word in there. So why not use it? And then coffee because Colombia. So, and also I'm a huge coffee drinker. I don't know if you're a coffee drinker, but I'm definitely a big time cold brew guy. And figured, it's really easy to remember coffee. Just like, you've seen other people use the simple words like apple, right? It brings that memorability. So it gives us the ability to kind of do a lot under that brand, and just market that brand for SEO. So, we do get a lot of clicks for digiCoffee, even people that are trying to understand what it is,
Okay.
and then they get into our own funnel that way.
Okay, so just out of curiosity, I just need much more, a little bit of in-depth idea about digiCoffee. So imagine I'm a client, I'm an enterprise model client, and I need an assistance of digiCoffee. So how it helps me in my lead generation? How are you planning the roadmap, particularly for that enterprise company?
Gotcha. So usually what I'll do is I'll meet with the decision maker, whoever that is, whether it's the chief marketing officer, the owner of the company, and offer a consultation. So I'll get on a video call like this one,
Okay.
understand their business, what their goals are, maybe going into 2020, what pain points they have, what marketing they've done in the past, what their current lead generation looks like. Are they doing cold calling? How much are they spending?
Okay.
What's their close rate? So I'll really just try and understand their business, what they offer,
Okay.
and how they're currently marketing.
Okay.
And then just offer a bunch of my free advice. So over that hour call, I'll just kind of really just offer as many free nuggets as I can, really to kind of show them that we know what we're talking about. I'll review their website, review their tracking, review their ad performance, if they are doing any sort of digital marketing. And then from there, typically I'll either offer our services in terms of us handling it for them, or continued consultation. So for example, they may have their own internal marketing team, or they may have someone full-time that they may want to work with me and to maybe review their ads once a week, or want someone from our team review their ads. Others may want their entire ad budget managed. And so if for example, we meet someone and they're spending, say, $8,000 to $10,000 a month, and they're ready to hand that off to someone full-time, we can also handle that for them. So typically it's a simple conversation over an hour to understand their business. Okay. And then that can either continue into more coaching or potentially be handed off to our team.
Okay. So the marketing solution which you're providing is basically ads, like Google ads or Facebook ads. Am I right?
Yes. So we offer paid media services,
Okay.
Google ads, Facebook ads.
Apart from that, SEO as well.
We do not, actually. Okay. So to be clear, really what we specialize in is paid media. And then we use virtual assistants to kind of generate higher quality leads. So whether it's the conversation or questions that are coming in from the ads, chat that's happening on websites, email registrations that are happening and responses. So it's a full system that we offer, including the online portion of it, the websites, the ads, the traffic source, and then the nurturing, which we use virtual assistants for.
Okay, so I have a very curious question in my mind right now. So based on the ad generation, or based on ads, which ad is more effective, or which channel is more effective to generate leads?
That's a great question. It really all depends. I know people are typically looking for a silver bullet of like, should I spend my money on Facebook or Google or YouTube? And it really all depends on your industry, your budget, your onboarding process, your brand. But to kind of give you some ideas of spending numbers and maybe how to make a decision, Facebook marketing is typically interrupted. So just like LinkedIn marketing is, right? So you're looking through your feed, and then you're hit with an ad, maybe in your inbox or in the feed itself. Facebook similar, it's interruptive, and so it's a little different than Google, which is search-based marketing. People are looking for your services. So, just those two simple things in mind can really influence where you decide to market. So if someone doesn't know about you, but they are maybe searching for what you offer, Google could be good. So like, for example, if you're a financial advisor and you're looking for someone that wants an insurance quote, Google could work, right? Because maybe there's a lot of people searching for insurance quotes. Facebook could also work though. So, if someone may need a quote because they're going through a life change and maybe they're getting married or something like that, and they may not know that they want to do that right away, and Facebook can work like that as well. You can also use both systems together. So for example, you can have someone that arrives on your website on Google and then remarket to them later in Facebook through a custom audience. So it's kind of what we do is build out the strategy with our clients on those introductory calls to figure out how much they should spend, you know, where they should be spending their time, where their audience is, building out their offer with them, and then helping them make that decision. But in a sense, Google is typically more expensive and typically higher converting. Facebook is usually cheaper, and usually you need to probably test a little more audiences to find your sweet spot.
Okay. So like, since you said like you are working as a like you know, enterprise model for lead generations. So what is your best source to get your leads for your company?
Our own leads we get on LinkedIn, as well as Facebook groups are really good for lead generation. So, you know, depending on your industry, if you're an advertiser, it might be smart to hang out in advertising groups. Okay. Might also make sense to hang out in groups that you're trying to niche your services down to. But, you know, I think that once again, you know, for it really depends on the industry. How I'm going to generate leads as a marketing agency is probably going to be quite different than, you know, a plumber generates leads or an electrician generates leads. So for us, typically what we do is a lot of video calls like this, finding, you know, offering free value, and then hopefully doing business down the road.
Great. So just I wanted to understand one thing. So what was the biggest moment for you in digiCoffee?
Biggest moment. When I started this, we were offering very tailored marketing services. So we were in the past offering SEO if it made sense for them to do, instead of maybe referring it or offering them maybe a coaching program on how to do it. Now we're kind of more particular on who we bring on, what kind of clients we bring on. We don't do as much e-commerce as lead generation, for example. We don't do things like posting on Instagram, social media for our clients, social media marketing. So just niche down. You know, I know you hear that a lot, is like, you know, to niche down your services, but it really has helped us kind of find what we're good at. And when you speak to a lead, and one of our leads, for example, and what we offer is lead generation, high ticket lead generation. They're really looking for someone that specializes in that. And so, you know, niching down has really helped us.
That's great. Like choosing just one channel or just one thing to specialize and expand in that. So that's a very wonderful thought process you had made just with digiCoffee. It's great. So how many people are working in digiCoffee right now? 5 people,
including myself.
So is it a bootstrapping or did you had any recent fundraising experiences?
No, this was all bootstrapped. So I started, you know, simple jobs on Upwork, building my own personal portfolio out, and that kind of evolved from there. And no, we don't have any investors, haven't even taken out a loan. It's really just all been paid through client revenue. And sweat. Yeah, man, that's about it.
Great. It's amazing. So just a bunch of people worked all together and doing a great job in that. So what is your next upcoming 6 months milestone you are looking ahead?
That's a great question. So, you know, my partner and I have been we're literally just talking about that of, you know, where are we going to try and spend our time and scale for next year. And for us, we really feel that, you know, a lot of companies are looking for help to handle tasks. And so we're finding that that's actually one of our biggest value offers is the virtual assistants. So, you know, you have a lot of marketing agencies that, or marketing gurus that are coaching other marketing agencies on things like cold calling, direct messaging. And so that takes a lot of time. And so we found that our VAs can kind of do that more efficiently versus the business owners themselves. And so we're trying to, you know, get in front of more people to talk about that some more. But also, we're building some of our own products and, you know, looking for investors as well to talk to them about. So, you know, speaking about that last question, we are looking for investors for some of our projects that we are working on. And that's another milestone that we're in.
So is it a product-based, are you working on product-based products right now, or the service-based like lead generation?
Product-based. So, you know, services are great, but I personally feel that, you know, products are more scalable. As you've seen, most app companies
Yes.
are user based and user
Yes.
driven, and so we're trying to create a product to do that. It's a marketing tool.
Okay.
Haven't let the cat out the bag yet on that, but maybe we can jump on another call when it's closer to done, and we can review that. But it is a marketing tool.
Great. So, what failed and what worked for you in digiCoffee?
I think that hiring decisions. I've made a good amount of poor hiring decisions in the past,
Okay.
and so those
Okay.
have probably been my failures. Is anytime I've made a poor hiring decision, it really slows us down.
Mhm.
And so being really careful of who you bring onto your team, I think is really important. Is
Okay.
if you have the right people, everyone's connected, you don't waste time on needless conversations, and
Okay.
everything's kind of aligned and smooth. And best is probably the people I've hired, the good people I've hired. In reality, those are your company, is your people, and it's hard to find good people, and it's hard to find good
Yes.
people to stay.
Yeah.
So, I think my failures are probably the ones that weren't good hires, and the successes are the people that have been good hires.
Great. So, is that the same thing for you in case of challenges as well?
Yeah, definitely.
So, hiring is always a challenge for you as well. Yeah.
All right. So greatest challenge, I think that, scaling an agency, a marketing agency is quite challenging. You see a lot of agency owners talking about how they're able to get to 10K, 15K, 25K, and so on and so forth a month. And
Yeah.
so I think it's quite a challenge to see others succeeding while you're still kind of in the grind. And honestly, you can have difficult months. So, a lot of times advertising is the first expense that's cut from a lot of companies when they're going into the end of the year
Yeah.
and writing out their budgets for the next year, and that can affect us sometimes. So
Yeah.
that can be challenging. Is maintaining your clients even when you perform. They maybe want to pause for a little while and that kind. So I think that'd be it. Is maintaining our client base, and then honestly not getting in our own heads too much by what you see around you. So many others succeeding, and it sometimes can be frustrating when when you are having a bad month or you aren't doing well that week. So it's challenging. It's a grind every day. So
Okay.
that'd be it.
Great. Since you're having a very interesting background of marketing, so I just wanted to ask you out of curiosity, what would be the best hacks which you have worked on?
Marketing hack.
Yeah.
I'll let this one out the bag. So there is software that you can use to scrape Instagram
Okay.
and be able to pool emails. And this is all completely legal, and they're publicly available emails. The tool is called Jarvee. Highly
Okay.
recommend it. I think a lot of more technical marketers know what Jarvee is because it's an automation
Okay.
tool. But not a lot of people know you can actually scrape Instagram emails using Jarvee and
Okay.
within your niche. So if you want to find fitness coaches, you can go scrape hashtag fitness coach and pull a ton of emails for free. It's like
Okay.
$25 a month for that tool. So that'd probably be my biggest hack if anyone listening on that.
So I'll drop the name of the website and a name of the tool in the description below. Thank you for sharing such a hack, because it would be really great to hear from the person who has already think about this. So it's just a tip for the people, or a tip for the other marketing folks out there. So thank you for
Of
sharing
course.
that. So moving towards the end, I just wanted to ask you a very an advice, like since you have a very good number of experience in lead generation as well as working for freelance, and you have been doing a lot of Upwork. So considering everything, as an entrepreneur, as a startup founder, what will be the best three advices you would like to give to the younger generation of entrepreneurs who's going to start a startup?
Yeah. Three advices. I think that for me, when we started this, we kind of bought into a lot of the content first model,
Okay.
which works. Content is great, but what's more important than content, typically, if you're in business, is sales. And content isn't sales. And I think
Yeah.
that in the beginning, when business owners and entrepreneurs and freelancers are getting started, they think the two are the same, and in reality, they're not. And so, yeah, they can be aligned. Content marketing is super important. Validate yourself, validate what you know. Way for someone to kind of reach you on a platform like Instagram or YouTube or something like that. But it takes a lot of time to generate content, especially high quality content and money. I think a lot of times that focusing on sales first is a way to kind of get your business going in the right direction, and then getting to the content a little later. Second tip would be hire as quickly as you can afford it. So I think with hiring, you're always going to take a risk. You're always going to hire someone and hope that they can deliver on what they say they can. That you're hiring them at the right price. That they're going to stay. That they're not going to steal your ideas. So there's kind of a lot that goes into when you're hiring, but you need to do it to be able to grow if you plan on growing. If your goal is to just have a lifestyle company and be able to freelance and travel, you may not need to. But if you're looking to grow, it's going to be important because there's only 24 hours in a day.
Okay.
And then third would be try and automate as much as you can. So there are so many tools out there that you can use today. For example, like Facebook Messenger has mini chat where you can automate sequences for business development, cold emails that can be turned into automated sequences, lead gen on websites that can be turned into automated chat sequences. So I think automation would be a huge way you can kind of spend some time like on a weekend building out a sequence and have that part of your business managed without having to necessarily hire for it, but have something happening there. So those are my tips.
Great. Thank you for sharing your three best advices. So I believe one is challenge, one is hiring, and second one will be using the right tools, make it full automated, and the third one would be probably the first one which you mentioned, which was do it at the right content is very important when it comes to your work or your work process. Am I right?
Yeah, mainly for that first point, it's I think that as you see Instagram, and so many people are on Instagram, so many people are on YouTube, so many people are on now TikTok.
Yes.
It's really easy to get caught up in hey, I need to do content, I need to be doing these things, but sometimes there's just a time and a place for it. And so usually it's probably after you have, and it depends on what you want. If your business is being a personality and being a podcast or YouTuber, that's a completely different idea. But if there are many successful businesses that don't do any content, that don't do any social media, that are very successful, and because they focus on sales and their bottom line. So really, just a lot of it depends on what you want. But I know I fell into that hole. Is I spent a lot of time creating a lot of content instead of focusing on sales. Yeah.
Okay, so just don't focus too much in content. Instead, look for other things which is around you and use it basically, right? So that's
sell your product.
Sell your product. Straight to that.
Yeah.
So last but not least, so this is one easy question. What is your being supercharged moment for 2019, and what was the best learning from that moment?
That's a great question. Best learning of 2019. I'm gonna say
Next achievement, and what did you learn from that achievement?
Best achievement. I think best achievement is probably keeping our clients for more than a year.
Okay.
That's like been a big struggle for us, is trying to keep clients on board, even though we deliver them, return on their investment. They're making money.
Okay.
A lot of times they still decide to, bring someone in house or go a different way. And so I think a big achievement for us was like making it to that year mark with one of our clients. We've only been in business 2 years, so. And biggest learning is why that happened. We evaluated, why is it they decided to stay with us and that others don't. And back to what we were talking about earlier, is it's the virtual assistants. They love working with their virtual assistants. They love having that personal approach. They love having someone that they can hand tasks off to, that can kind of do a lot for them. Okay. And so, going into 2020, we're trying to use that learning from that achievement to offer more virtual assistant services and place virtual assistants.
Great. That's wonderful. So thank you for sharing your biggest achievement, the being supercharged moment for 2019. And spending a very quality time sharing about digiCoffee and your startup experiences and the best free advices. Thank you so much, Mathew, for being on the show. It was really an pleasure having you on the show and talking about your startup experience and learning. I believe everyone is going to love this, and everyone is definitely going to reach out to you. Uh, asking for some consulting, or yeah, you would be probably a good mentor in perspective of lead generation. So we would like to learn more from you. So thank you for sharing it. I will drop the description. I will drop the website URL and Mathew Rincon's LinkedIn profile URLs down in the descriptions below. Please don't forget to reach him out and ask him anything. He's an open person. And thank you once again.
Thanks, Varun, for having me. Awesome show, and good luck with it.
Thank you so much. So until next time, I'm looking forward to have another podcasting series with you. This journey doesn't end over here, right? It just started. So maybe after 6 months, you would have had a very amazing story to share with us. So always place where you want to come back. So we'll be happy to host again. So until that, next time, thank you so much.
All right, thank you. Take
Bye bye.
care.
You too. Bye bye.
Bye.